Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series today, and we're going to be taking a look at our first Stormblood dungeon, the Sirensong Sea. You will start this dungeon off on a boat with several of the NPCs from the storyline. These NPCs will throw out AoEs on the ads that you are fighting, so you can pull them to the AoEs when you see them going out. They will be televised with blue circles instead of the normal red ones. Once both groups are dead, you'll head towards the front of the boat, where you will connect with the land and be able to move to the rest of the dungeon. The enemies from this point on will have several AoEs that you'll want to watch out for. The Ancient Yimmers will have a frontal cone ability, and the Reflection of Karlabos will have a circular AoE that he will target at random party members. For the first boss, you'll want to stay relatively close to him, as he does have AoEs that take up half of the arena, so you'll want to be able to move quickly from side to side of him. Amorphous Applause is going to be his half the arena AoE that you'll just want to move to the opposite side to avoid. When you cast Hydra Ball, you'll want to group up on the person being targeted to split the damage between all 4 party members. Sea Swallows All will pull everyone into the middle of the arena, followed by 5 large circular AoEs that you'll just need to move out of. And you'll follow this up with another Amorphous Applause that you'll need to move to the opposite side to avoid. Overtow will push everyone away from the boss, and then he'll follow it up with Hydra Ball, forcing you to group up. So if you group up before Overtow, it'll actually push you all in the same direction, and making grouping up for the Hydra Ball much easier. After this, he'll do another Amorphic Applause, so you'll just dodge to the opposite side. For the ads leading to the second group, there will be cannonballs dropping all across the area that you're fighting the entire time. There are a few safe zones though that you can pull ads to minimize having to deal with these cannonballs. The cannonballs leave a burning AoE on the ground wherever they land, so they can add up in damage pretty quickly. If you want to grab the first 2 groups and move to the front of the ship that has the raised platform, this area of the ship does not get hit with cannonballs, so you are safe from having to deal with those. Once you defeat the first 2 groups, the mast of the ship will drop and you'll be able to move to the next group. The safe zones for this area are the little alcoves on the sides of the ship. Most of these are in a ranged area where your ranged party members can stand to avoid the AoEs. The Skinless Skipper does have an interruptible ability called Dart. Once these ads are dead, you'll be able to proceed to the second boss. When the governor moves to the center of the platform and casts Shadow Flow, half of his body will go into the platform and he'll send out different shadow AoEs that you'll need to move out of. These AoEs continue to damage you as long as you stand inside of them, so you'll want to quickly move out of them. They apply a magic amplification debuff, causing his Blood Burst ability to do increased damage. When he casts Enter Night on someone, he will pull them into him and then begin channeling magic vulnerability up debuffs and damaging them every second that they are close to him. So this party member will want to run away as soon as possible. Blood Burst will just have to be healed through by your healer. The next time he casts Shadow Split, he will summon multiple copies of himself before casting Shadow Flow. These copies will summon additional AoEs, causing the available area to avoid the AoE to be rather small, so you'll need to make sure you're positioning yourself appropriately. For the next few groups of ads, there will be many ads in the 2 packs. You can pull them together, but you will need to use most of your tank cooldowns, as the pure number of ads will do significant damage to you. The Undead Warden does have a frontal cone ability that you'll need to move out of. If your group does not have party members that have good AoE, I would not recommend pulling all of these ads together, as your tank cooldowns will probably wear off before they die, making it extremely hard to heal through. The Fleshless Captive will have several interruptible abilities. The first one being Dark, which is a circular AoE that can be easily moved out of. To interrupt this ability, I would recommend using your Stun instead of your Interject. Seductive Scream is an ability that will cause every party member to run around in fear. So this is the one that you should prioritize with your Interject. Flood is a large circular AoE around the Fleshless Captive that you'll just be able to move out of. And this should bring you to the final boss. For the final boss, there will be several large circular AoEs you'll want to avoid standing in, as they do bleed damage while you're standing inside of them. After casting Morbid Tears to summon these AoEs, the boss will either cast Morbid Advance or Morbid Withdrawal. Morbid Advance will cause you to run forward uncontrollably, and Morbid Withdrawal will cause you to run backwards uncontrollably. So you'll want to position yourself so that you're not running into the AoEs whenever this happens. Somber Melody will just be a party-wide AoE that your healer will need to heal through. Sorry, the ability name is Morbid Retreat, not Morbid Withdrawal. Headbutt is an untelevised sort of tank buster ability that would just need to be healed through. After the first 3 Virgin Tears, when he casts Virgin Tears for the 4th time, it will summon an additional ring around the platform that will cut off a large portion of the platform. You need to change your positioning to avoid standing inside of this. After this happens, he will also start casting Void Water 3, which will be a large circular AoE that you'll need to move out of. And this should be it for the Sirensong C. I hope this helps everyone out. If it does, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.